What's going on, Knuckleheads? GCam Gaming here with another LEGO Legacies Unboxed video for you today. And I bring you on Free to Play Friday another free to play, easy to farm unit known as Street Sweeper Sal. Now, many of you might be saying, GCam Gaming, Street Sweeper Sal is garbage. He might as well be sweeping himself off the street, because he is pure trash. But I'm going to tell you that you are not correct. He is not garbage. He is more like recycling. So he's not completely a waste. And I think that if you invest now in Street Sweeper Sal, you're actually going to get a lot of bang for your buck later on down the line in this game. Because City's going to become meta at some point. You know, they're going to do it. I have hope. Knocked on my wooden table here. But he's really not a bad unit. I think he's the best city tank, and honestly, you need a straight up city team to do the elixir event. So yeah, you're gonna need to max this guy out. And luckily, he's super easy to max out. And if you're playing completely free to play, like a lot of people watching Free to Play Friday are, he's super easy to farm. And we're gonna go right into that and talk about how easy he is to farm first. So he has 2 nodes, just like Spaceman Reed from last week. He's got a node in the first level of Monolith Waste. As you see, I've already farmed it. I actually farm him every day now that I've gotten my Forbidden Island up. And he's got a node on the 3rd level, which I've already farmed. Now I'm farming him straight up every day. I'm really trying to build him up, because I want to build up my city team. There's a few reasons why I really want to build up my city team and why I think city is going to be good. But let's talk about Sal and his abilities at first. So for one, he's got a 3-turn taunt. And the cooldown on it is 3. He basically, if you can keep him alive, he's taunting all the time. Do you need to have another taunt to another tank to kind of throw taunts back and forth with? If I'm playing a straight up city, quote unquote, city team, I'm using him as a mono tank. My general city team I'm using now is going to be Firefighter Ash, Businessman Trent, Street Sweeper Sal, Explorer Aurora, and Chef. I don't know if they have a name, I think he's just Chef. And Chef gives you the nice little AoE heal. Aurora gives you the revive and the single target heal, which is very, very nice. Ash gives you that nice DPS. Businessman Trent, I believe in you, Businessman Trent. I think he could use a little bit of a buff. But, you know, he does have that tank melting ability, so he's not really completely useless. We're not going to talk about Businessman Trent, we're talking about Street Sweeper Sal. So he's got that 3-turn taunt. And on top of that, he gets grid up too. Now, the reason that grid up is important is because it's going to synergize really well with the fire station, because the fire station gives them out stacks of courage every time they resist a debuff. And when you get grid up, you can kind of start resisting debuffs. So they might have to buff grit up. They might have to buff grit at some point. I feel like that stat is not strong enough. I think they'll eventually buff it, but if any other reason, it is useful because it's going to synergize with the fire station, which is a big reason why Sal could be good. He's also got a self-heal. Come on. You know, he can heal 20% of his max health, and then 20% for each debuff cleared, and he clears debuffs from himself. So he's got a debuff clear, and on top of that, if he's loaded with debuffs and he uses this self-heal, he's going to heal back almost all his HP, gets 20% per debuff. That's a pretty good heal. Man, that sounded weird. Anyway, he also, if he has if Sal already is at 100% health, also grants Hardy to another random city hero. So he gets Hardy himself, and if he does it when he's already full, he can give Hardy to another hero. So if there's somebody else out there taking damage, I'm looking at you, Firefighter Ash, he might be able to give her Hardy and keep her alive a little bit longer. And his basic isn't bad either. And, you know, he's not dishing it out, but it's, you know, it's a basic. He uses a little shovel to throw dirt at people, and he has a 50% chance to gain defense up. So that's pretty good. It makes him even tankier. He's just a tank. He's a taunting tank. I think he's a better taunting tank than Crook Chuck. I like Crook Chuck. I might build up Crook Chuck. I went with Street Sweeper Sal. I liked his 3-turn taunt. I feel like if you can keep him alive, it's really important to keep him taunting and keep him alive, because that's the only way to keep that team going, because literally everyone else is so squishy. Aurora's got some dodge. Ash is so squishy. Businessman is squishy. And Chef is a pretty big squish bag too. But Chef does buff everyone up and has a nice little heal also. But the reason that I really think they're good, and we're going to take a brief little look at this because this is not a Firehouse, is this. Whenever a hero resists debuffs, there's a 40% chance they gain 1 stack of courage. Maximum of 5 chance. 5% if they're a role model ally. So he's not a role model ally, but if you max this skill out, you have a 40% chance every time you resist a debuff to gain courage, which is not bad. Then, there's this. If you max this out, hero gains 10% defense per stack of courage. He can get 50% debuff by stacking his courage, and he doesn't use up his courage like Primo and Ash. He just straight up keeps it, and every time he gets that, basically every time he resists a debuff, he's got a 40% chance to get his defense up by 10%, which is pretty solid. This, if they attack with their 30% chance, they could clear debuff from random city allies. So also when he has the courage, he has a 50% chance to clear a few debuffs from a random city hero. So he can clear himself of debuffs and heal himself, which is awesome. He's actually a really strong tank because he does have the ability to, especially against pirates, he's going to absorb debuffs and then turn them into heals. So that's pretty good. That's a direct counter to Buccaneers. And then he's got a chance with this set, once you get it maxed up, to kind of clear debuffs from other people as well as others. And being a tank, he increases his defense by 1% per stack of courage. When an ally defeats one random... When a hero is defeated, one random role model... Oh, so he doesn't get this. He's not going to benefit from this. There is no role model tank. So we need one. But still, I don't want to go too in-depth on the Firehouse. He could be pretty tanky. And I think Greedos was saying in a video months ago, play the Firehouse with Crook Chuck and Sal, and you're looking really good. I don't mind double tank. I know double tank is pretty meta right now, but I don't know. It's really hard not to have that heal with Hiker, and it's really hard just having Ash as DPS. I wish that they had a support unit that also did a lot of damage. Like, I wish Minor Clay was useful, like that he could dish. But, you know, we can dream. Alright, that's pretty much all I got for you today, Knuckleheads. Please remember to smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, ding that little bell for some notification, and as always, do remember to knuckle up.
She blocked me on Instagram, Snapchat, I don't give a damn about that. I can see your face, still feel the same. I don't feel the need to forget.